Blast from the Past, the first thing I thought of when I see that Staples commercial, wow, that's a low price guy, and they decided to put another guy in there with him.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, well, he is the one of the actors is the guy who was, he had
Joey Slotnick. Yeah, I have seen that. Yes.
Yeah, he had the
guy was Joey Slotnick, and also the Nathan Fillion from Castle is also in that movie as Eve's boyfriend.
Nathan Fillion, like from Firefly, that Nathan Fillion?
Yes, and from Dr. What's-His-Faces. He plays the boy.
Yeah, Dr. Horrible. Oh my goodness, I never even noticed him. I never noticed. Wow.
He plays the conceited boyfriend in Blast from the Past.
Yeah, he's actually good at that kind of role. And I don't mean that in a derogatory term. I mean,
he can play smug, yes.
Yes.
All right, Don, are you turning the reins over to Pia now?
I have. This is the first time that I've actually been able to get all of my questions in.
Oh, shut up.
You're giving me a complex. I'm holding you responsible.
Since our audience is mostly unproduced writers,
yes,
and they are hoping, wishing, wanting, to maybe someday sell a script or something like that. I want to know, how long have you been writing? And how did you get Blast from the Past into production, and how did all that happen? I mean, how did you do it?
I've been writing, I moved here in 1988.
You moved to where?
To Los Angeles, where I live.
Okay.
And I originally came here to get into television, and I was an utter failure at it. So I'm really a failed television writer. And all the jobs I had were at movie companies. So I read a lot of movie scripts, and that's when I started writing.
Were you like a reader?
Yeah, well, I think most jobs where you're an assistant or something, they'll give you a stack of scripts and say, read these, do coverage on it. And so you end up reading a lot of scripts. You read a lot of scripts that sell. And I really turned to it out of desperation and never thinking, that I would, from when I was little, that I could write screenplays. But then I wrote a script. I wrote a lot of really bad scripts, 8 or 9 just unreadable scripts, and I kept going about it the wrong way. I kept trying to think, what's something you could sell? I'm so desperate. What's something you could sell? Which is really the wrong way to do it. I mean, it's only when I realized I need a really fantastic idea, a really great idea that I'm also really love, and it's got to meet those two criteria. So I can make something that I'm really passionate about. And I wrote a script, which wasn't Blast from the Past, but I ended up meeting my producer, Sunil Prakash, who really was the indefatigable, is that a word? Am I saying that correctly? The unstoppable, producer as far as chasing down someone to buy that. And he got New Line to buy it, and it came together pretty quickly. So I've been
would you say that had... that all happened because you were sort of out there in Los Angeles and you had connections?
Yes, but you know what? I mean, I came here knowing no one, so it is a function of being here. But it's also really wanting it so badly that I couldn't not be here, and I couldn't do anything else. So, I mean, it's really hard. And, I mean, I think the thing is with people that want to do it, you can't stop them. And
what would you say to other people that are trying to become professional screenwriters? I mean, can you do it without living out there in Los Angeles?
I don't want to say anyone couldn't do anything because there's so many ways to get things done. I think in terms of pure writing, it's really hard without being here. I think if I was somewhere else, I would just go ahead in the state of affairs now. I would just go out and make a movie and be the author of that movie. That's what I would do if I couldn't live here. That's what I would do, and do something that's brilliant and shows your talent in a way that people have no choice but to pay attention. But in either of those cases, the pressure is all on you. Is all on you, the creative person, the writer director. It's for you to blow everybody's socks off. And you can't make excuses because a great thing is undeniable. And if it's not great, that's undeniable as well.
Okay, I'm looking here at your scripts. You had Blast from the Past, which came out in 1999, and then you said you worked 10 years on Enchanted, and then Premonition came out in 2007. So besides working on the Enchanted one, for
you know what? I didn't. I wasn't working on Enchanted all those years. I really was only working on that. So in the interim, I was writing. I'm always writing. I was writing spec scripts and.
So in other words, you were busy writing spec scripts, but you had Blast from the Past had already been produced.
Right. Yes.
And did that help you at all with the other spec scripts? What happened to those that you wrote?
I went through. I had many scripts optioned. A few bought, and they're just scripts that didn't come to fruition.
Yeah.
So, I was always writing, and I was always sort of engaged and employed as far as managing to make a living and stuff. And it's the struggle of translating those things you write into movies, which is always a struggle. It never gets easy. It's not easy now.